Life behind bars. That's the sentence handed down by a Hennepin County District Court judge Tuesday against Jamal Smith, the Chicago man convicted of shooting and killing youth baseball coach Jay Bouton last year on Highway 169 in Plymouth. Today's sentencing hearing culminates a long, difficult past year for the Bouton family. At today's hearing, members of the family gave victim impact statements. CCX News reporter Delane Cleveland was at the courthouse and filed this story.
At today's sentencing, we heard from Jay Bouton's wife, his 2 children, and his mother. The family, along with a host of supporters, all wore yellow. It's their way of showcasing the family's mantra of staying in the light in the aftermath of the shooting.
Through the yellow represented here, that is strength, courage, and light.
Emotions ran high this morning after the judge sentenced Jamal Smith to life in prison, the final step in a long process that began when Jay Bouton was shot while driving down Highway 169 in Plymouth on July 6th last year.
I think today brings some sense of closure to the legal system, and the legal system was fair to us.
Kristen Bouton was joined by her 2 children, Harrison and Amelie, who took a moment to share anecdotes about their father.
He was kind, funny, just a light that everyone loved to be around, and everyone loved to be around him.
I'd like to be like him. He was kind, nice, very respectful. He was a great person, and we miss him.
While the sentencing closes one chapter, family members know that the healing process will be ongoing.
At the end of the day, it doesn't bring my husband back. He's missed, and we love him so much. And I know Jay's looking down from heaven saying, I'm so proud of you, sweet. I'm so proud of you, Harrison. I'm so proud of you, Amelie.
Meanwhile, Jamal Smith also addressed the court today. He maintained his innocence, and his attorney even went so far as to say that this is a, quote, innocence project waiting to happen. In Minneapolis, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Hennepin County 911 operators and emergency crews now have a new tool to help them do their jobs better. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office recently released the Smart 911 system. Reporter Sonia Goins shows us how it works and how it can save time during an emergency.
911.
Time is of the essence during an emergency.
Do you know where he went?
No one knows that more than the 911 operators at the Hennepin County Dispatch Center in Plymouth.
Some of the first things that we need is your location, and it is very difficult now to get that information immediately, especially if you're unable to talk or tell the dispatcher during the call.
I can put a phone number in here.
Operators now have a new tool to help them with that.
So the first thing that shows up is the screen here with the addresses.
It's called Smart 911. The nationwide program lets people provide additional information.
Say they're diabetic, they can put diabetic information in there
that can be used in an emergency.
So it's showing me that this person and his phone happen to be at his work address right now.
People create a profile on the Smart 911 website or via the app. They then can share information about medical conditions, descriptions of pets and vehicles, and emergency contacts.
You can have pretty much anything in here that can help our responders get to you faster.
When someone calls 911 using a cell phone, an exact address is not provided to the dispatcher, but with Smart 911, the operator can get an exact location. Hennepin County officials say 80% of their 911 calls are from cell phones, and the information dispatchers receive is limited.
If they're not able to speak to me, it helps me figure out what potentially could be the issue if they have a known medical.
Officials say data on the Smart 911 system is secure.
It's only accessed if you call 911 too. We're not able to access it outside of 911.
911 operators say the new system gives them extra peace of mind, knowing they have accurate information that could potentially save someone's life.
You don't have to do anything extra when you call 911. It just automatically will show up on our screen.
In Plymouth, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
We're learning more now about a fire that ripped through the Lynn greenhouse and nursery over the weekend. It destroyed 40,000 square feet of growing space as well as all of its plant containers for next spring. But in the middle of the tragedy, neighbors came together to help. Photojournalist Adam Jukola was there early Tuesday morning as a growing crowd helped save the crop that was left.
I live in the neighborhood. I buy my flowers here.
A greenhouse inspires people to plant in hopes something beautiful will grow.
It's a really blessing that all these people have showed up
On Tuesday morning, the community could see something beautiful growing here.
There's actually a lot more people here than I thought.
No, I expected it to be really crowded, and they didn't disappoint.
I love this community and I love this greenhouse. Every community needs a local greenhouse that you can trust and you can go to and ask questions, and that's what Lined is. They've been a part of the community and they're amazing.
So amazing that when a call went out to help a greenhouse and nursery that lost so much in a fire over the weekend, neighbors, horticulture students, community members showed up wanting to help.
It just goes to show with, all the bad things in the world, there's still a lot of good.
Head grower Jenny Wynn says workers showed up first after the fire, still in shock.
We didn't know if we had jobs or not, but we knew we had to come support our family at Lines.
Then word got out that someone was coming to help salvage what was left of the crop.
It's quite the deal we got going on here this morning.
Aaron Davis is one of the owners of Green Valley Greenhouse in Ramsey.
We're going to take them over. We've got some space right now. We're going to grow it right next to our poinsettia crop at Green Valley.
They are transporting poinsettias, which were already growing for Christmas.
We have no heat, we have no water, we have no electricity or anything, so they wouldn't survive much longer here.
They're in straits right now and need a spot for some poinsettias to grow till Christmas.
The helping hands of friends and neighbors planted hope when it was needed the most.
There are still a lot of problems, but we'll get through it. We've got the strength of our community behind us. We've got the strength of friends and families, so we'll rebuild and be better.
About 18,000 poinsettias survived the fire. The cause of that fire is currently under investigation.